Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eileen. Okay, today we're going to do something a little different. I want to talk to you about some things if you are a new wig wearer. Brand new to wig wearing, you really don't know what do I need, what do I not need. There's so many things out there. I'm going to show you a lot of things here today. Some things you do need and I will recommend that you get, and some things are optional things that you might want to try later as you get more comfortable in your wig journey. So let's get started and look at things you might need for your first wig. Okay, let's just talk about how to take care of your wig. First of all, like I said, let's assume you have a wig, you have it in your cart, you're thinking, what do I need to go with it to take care of it? The first thing I would recommend is to get a wide tooth comb. You do not want to run a regular small bristled comb or brush through any kind of synthetic. You want something wide that you can easily run through here that doesn't pull too much on the fiber. So I would think for your basic kit, you would want to get a wide tooth comb. Now, also, let's talk about shampoo. Now, as many people as you ask are going to give you their opinion, and there will be that many different opinions. In my experience, and in my wig journey, I've had to try many things, and you will too, and you will change your opinion. Something you might use this year, you might completely be using something different next year. So it's just a journey. It's a trial and error. This whole wig wearing situation is trial and error. Finding a wig is trial and error. Learning how to take care of it is trial and error. So just be patient. Give yourself a little grace. Be patient with yourself. Don't try to rush it. Just take it one step at a time, and you will be fine. You will work it out. You will figure it out. Okay, shampoo. Now, a lot of people freshen up their wigs with Downy. I have many times. I have a video on how to do this. And I've done that many times. If I just needed to freshen a wig, I didn't want to really think it needed deep cleaning, I would give it a little Downy bath. I have done that. Also, many people use Woolite. Works great. I've done that many times too. But I have to be honest with you and tell you, I keep coming back to my Jon Renau hair care products. That's just my preference. They have a system that's really nice. Number one, the shampoo. Number two, the conditioning spray. And the number three, the HD detangler and smoother. I use this every day. Now, this can be not only on HD fibers, but just regular synthetic fibers as well. And I will go over that in another video of exactly how I do that. But the detangler is it's a must for me, because like on this wig, by the way, this is my Raquel Welch Upstage in Shaded Biscuit. But these are HD fibers. They can tend to start to mat these longer, the longer ends as it rubs against your clothes. That's just how it is with these type. When I take this wig off, I always spray the ends with some detangler. Very gently run my wide tooth comb through to keep those fibers looking good, and then I store them away in their original boxes. Now, again, this is a nice system, the Jon Renau. It comes in a travel size as well, which I think is great. And this goes with the shampoo, the conditioning spray, the detangler, and a little flexible spray gel as well. This is a nice system. If you just wanted to try the Jon Renau products, you might consider just investing in this small one and see how you like it before you invest it in the full-size products. That is a really nice way to get started on washing your wigs, because that's something we've got to do. Be careful when you condition your wigs. You don't want to put too much conditioner on your wigs. After I've shampooed my hair and I have rinsed it and rinsed it, I'll show you, like I said, I'll link my video below. I don't want to go through that whole step by step because I've already done that. But just be sure, don't over condition it. I spray some of this, the conditioner number 2 in it. Don't comb it through your wet hair. You don't want to comb your wet synthetics. Just work it through gently with your hands. Now, after I have washed and conditioned my hair, I personally hang mine to dry. That's just my personal preference. After I've washed it, I've put it in between a towel, I've gotten all the excess water out of it I can, I turn it upside down and I shake it really good. And I'll show you. If this had just been washed and I had sprayed my conditioner through it, after I washed it and patted it dry, spray the conditioner, I just run it through with my hands. I do not use a comb through my wet hair. And then I turn it upside down and I shake it really good. Really shake it very well. And I personally hang mine. Now, there are different ways to dry your hair. This is just my personal preference. I just take a clothes hanger, has one of these clips. I can put 2 wigs on here, and I hang it by the tag of the wig. Just like that. And I hang it either outside or in my shower or wherever, and it will dry. It doesn't, a synthetic hair doesn't, if it's outside, doesn't take all that long to dry. But that's how I dry mine. Now, a lot of people I know do not use that method. They rather use a wig stand, which is perfectly fine too. However, remember, if you use a wig stand, and this one is great. I have several of these. I love these for travel. They break down flat. You can throw it in your suitcase. It's great for travel. But many people dry their wigs on this type of stand, which is good too. Keep in mind, you want to dry your wig on something that has airflow. You would not want to put it on a blockhead or anything like that while it's wet. You want something that the air can flow through it and dry it. And I know many people just dry their hair on a wig stand. Perfectly fine too. I just prefer to hang mine. There's no right or wrong way. And that's another thing. Let's just remember, this whole journey, there's no right or wrong way. You will just discover your way. Okay, let's talk about some ways that you're going to secure this wig to your head. Now, again, definitely trial and error here. You will need to try different things to see what works for you. Now, when I had no hair, it was easier to secure my wig then, because I could just put a wig grip on and it would stick to my head that I didn't have any hair. Now, as my hair began to grow back, I have super fine thin hair. Everything slips right off of it. So even a wig grip will not stay on my bio hair. It slips right off. So I knew I have to find something that's going to work for me that I can hold my wig on. So how I do mine is I like these wig caps that are open on both ends. And I put this over my head first. I've just got it on my head. I pull my hair back and secure it. Now, depending on how much hair you have, there are tons of videos showing how to secure your hair under a wig. I pull mine like I'm going to make ponytails. I twist it, pull it into 2 pieces, twist one, and pull it up and secure it with just a plain barrette. That's what works for me. I know some ladies use bobby pins. Everyone has their own way of what they have found works for them. That works for me. After I have pulled my hair up and secured it, I run a little It Stays. Now, if you're familiar with It Stays, it's a water-based adhesive. You can wash this off with water. And I buy it in a 3-pack like this. My hair's been separated and pulled back. I will run it all along the perimeter of my head, right along the front, in the back, all the way around. After I do that, I've had this mesh wig cap. I pull it up then and pull it all the way up about, I'd say 2 inches from my hairline back. Now, that has secured all of my hair now, okay? And the It Stays will hold this mesh wig cap on, okay? And then next, I put my wig grip on. And that way, my wig is not moving. My wig is not moving. So I have the mesh wig cap on with a little It Stays to hold it in place. And then on top of that, my wig grip sits, and it sits right on top of my mesh wig cap. and it works perfectly for me. I've done it this way for years. It's just the way I have found, and you might find something completely different. Some people can just wear a regular wig grip. This is the type I prefer that has the elastic back. This particular brand, I believe, has been discontinued. I bought several, but I know they still make this same type that has the elastic back. The ones with the Velcro do not work for me. I've tried them many times. They slip right off of my head. My occipital bone is not, I guess, as pronounced as it should be, and it will just slide right up off. So anything with Velcro does not work for me personally. So I have to have this smaller adjustable elastic band. Works perfect for me. This is just the kind that I like and I prefer. Again, all trial and error. There are so many ways to learn to secure the wig to your head, but once you get the hang of that, you will be in your routine. It's just second nature, and you won't have to worry about your wig slipping or moving in any way. Okay, now let's talk about some things that are optional. You don't have to have these to get started, but I think it's fun to have some options, and as you get more comfortable with your wig wearing, it's fun to branch out, try new things. Something I use all the time is dry shampoo. Now, for a couple of reasons. You know, these synthetic fibers, now this wig is heat friendly, so as you see, it is not shiny in any way. However, regular synthetic fibers tend to be very shiny. So I would say 98% of the time when I get a new wig, I will spray it with dry shampoo. I use whatever's on sale. Now, I know a lot of people only use certain brands on their wigs. That's great. That's perfectly fine. Everyone has their own way. I prefer just to use whatever, like I said, this is Batiste, but whatever is on sale, that's what I get. Now, I know John Renault has come out with a dry shampoo. I have not tried it yet, but I will, and when I do, I'll check back with you and let you know. However, if you feel like the inside of a cap of a wig needs a little freshening up, you can always spray a little dry shampoo in there. That will freshen it up, give it a nice smell if you feel like it needs it, and that's just a good tip that I do it a lot of times too. I just spray a little bit in a cap and go right along. Also, the dry shampoo, what I like about it, it creates a little texture in a wig. It gives it, I feel like, a little more bounce, a little more movement. You can manipulate the fibers. They're not so slippery because, you know, on synthetic wigs, a lot of times those fibers are very slippery. This will create a little texture in there to where you can work with them a little easier, in my opinion. I really do rely on dry shampoo. Also, and I know you've seen me use it many times, is some Peace Out cream. This is a must for me because I wear a lot of short wigs, and if you like that look and you want to spike your wigs up just a little tad, and let me just emphasize, little tad, like smaller than a dime. You don't need much of this, and the reason you don't want to put too much is it will get gummy, it will weigh the hair down, you'll have to wash it more often. So just always just a little bit. You can always add more, but start out with a little bit, rub it between your hands to warm it up, and then get your hands in those fibers. You can really spike it up. You've seen me do it many times on videos. I just think, in my opinion, this is a must for me personally. Some people really enjoy this Simply Styling. I do too. I've used it a lot, especially on the ends of longer wigs. If you wear longer wigs, after you take them off, you've detangled it a little, you can always spray. This is a silicone. I never spray this directly on the wig, ever. I spray it in my hand, rub my hands together, and just rub my hands right through the ends. Just to add that little bit of silicone. I want to do whatever I can do to keep my hair looking as good as long as I can. Another thing, holding spray. Now keep in mind on wigs, it's not like regular hairspray, you just spray on it, holds it in place. That's usually not the case. But with holding spray, I use this sometimes instead of Fiber Love. I will spray this in my hand again, rub my hands, and do the same thing. I get basically a very piecey look doing that. You've seen me spray water on hair to get a piecey look. If you will use some holding spray, run it through your hands and run that into your wig and really just put your hands in there, run that holding spray, you'll get a piecey look that'll hold better. This holding spray is also very good for flyaways. If you have a lot of flyaways, put some holding spray in your hand and run that through your wig, and that will help tame flyaways. And I know a lot of new wigs, we have a lot of flyaways. Okay, another thing that is a total optional thing that I enjoy is fill-in powders. And we've talked about those before. You know, my hair, you see my bow hair right here. Don't really see it here. If that bothers you, it doesn't bother me, but at sometimes I will use it if I feel like, wow, this doesn't have good coverage at all. It might be a very blonde wig. I don't want to see all that. I will take a little fill-in powder. I buy it at Ulta. This is 2 colors here. It comes in a range, a variety of shades. I have another one that has 2 other colors. So just kind of match that to the side of the hair here. What color is this hair? I want to match my hair. I want to get my bow hair to match that. So it comes with a little brush, a stippling brush, and you can just run that through whatever color you feel like needs to match. Run that through your bow hair and run it down into the fibers to try to match that up and cover that. It's a great trick if you need to do that. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is get a few hair accessories. As you know, I love headbands. Love them, loved them, loved them. Get some headbands. Change the look of your wig. You know, if you're a short wig wearer, by adding a headband and some accessories, you can change the look of your wig. If you only have a couple wigs, if you're really new, you only have a couple wigs, you can change those up and make them look completely different. Just by the way you wear them. I like just to get a clip, just clip it off your face. You know, and hair accessories are fun, right? But they really do help with wigs. If you get up in the morning and you think, well, I just can't get my wig to look good today, it's just one of those days, you know, put a clip in it. It will change it. It'll get it off your face. It'll make it easier for you that day. I keep some barrettes on hand, and I wear them a lot. So just be sure, you know, just invest in a few inexpensive hair accessories, and I think you will really enjoy that. Most of all, I want to convey to you, this is your journey. It's a very personal thing. We all approach it differently. We all deal with it differently. Please know there is no right or wrong way to do it. Like I said, just give yourself a little grace. Be patient with yourself. You know, when we're new to wigs, no matter why your reason of wearing them, normally we're not used to seeing ourselves in a full head of hair, right? I know that was a little shock for me in the beginning too. Like I said, I have fine, thin hair. I've never had a lot of hair. So it took me a while to get used to putting on a wig and saying, oh my gosh, that's too much hair for me. It took me a good while to get to the point that now, that where I am now, I love a lot of hair. So it takes a while. So know that in the beginning. You know, it just get used to it. Get used to seeing yourself. Wear it out to the grocery store. Run some errands in it. Get used to seeing yourself with a full head of hair. It'll make it easier for you. You can just slowly get into wearing your wig. I think you'll enjoy it that way. Don't get discouraged. It gets easier. It does. You might not get your first wig might not be your perfect wig. That's okay. Again, trial and error till you find something you like. Watch lots of reviews. Make sure you see a reviewer who tells you what their face circumference is, what their face length is, their stats, and that way you can see what yours are, and if it's similar, how it might possibly look on you. Your needs are going to change. What you're going to do in the beginning is probably not what you're going to do as you get into your wig journey. That's okay too. It's all a learning process. I want you to enjoy it. That's what we're here for as reviewers. We want to make your journey easier. Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget, we're all in this together.